Hello everyone, good morning. Today we are celebrating the International Women's Day, and I'm super excited to share my career journey on this day. With that, wishing you all a very happy Women's Day. So before starting sharing my journey, I would like to start up with a quick intro about myself. So my name is Rati. I'm currently working as a senior software engineering manager at Best Buy. So I have overall around 15 years of experience in IT and working on various organizations like Oracle, Nike, Tavan, Society General, uh, everywhere, and with multiple domains like functional domains like banking as well as the retail. So that's like a kind of a quick intro about myself. And then I would like to start about my journey from my initial time. So the journey started, I would say, during my schooling itself, because that is where I started building my passion towards computers. So I used to start um, whatever I remember, like I used to draw paintings in the MS Paint, and that is what my first work, right? I have done it in computers, and I really love painting and doing it in computers. It was super duper excited me as well. And that eventually brought me up to the next stage where I started involving myself, like wherever I had an opportunity to work with computers. So wherever I had it, I spent a lot of time spending on computers. And with that, I've, I would say my journey in the college, right? I have completed my computer science engineering. Then I want to take the next steps. So for that, I worked on preparing for the interviews and like grow myself on each and every part, like a kind of a programming languages, whatever I want to learn, aptitudes, everything in and out, and try pushing myself hard so that I will be able to move on to my next journey. So after this, my actual journey started. So that is my earlier career, and really want to talk about that. Even though I had a passion about computers, it was not an easy path, I would say, where we are trying to learn a programming, because the first stage I was not aware about. Yes, I have it. I want to work on the computers, but what to do? What is my next step? And that is where um, I started learning the programming. I started with various aspects, trying to do some certifications, and one of the thing I started is with Java. So I tried with multiple things. I was means I got help from my mentors, everyone who helped me to shape that what is that I want to learn in my programming skills, to develop my programming skills. So my career journey is definitely on the learning and spending a lot of time in coding. So at the moment when I began my journey, I felt it is tough. I had a lot of self-doubt. I had anxiety, right? Saying that how I will achieve this. Like I'm not clear about it. I do not have concepts, right? How I will be able to, will I be able to succeed, all those things. All the questions are raised at the start. But eventually when I start putting my effort, when I start working on the things, it gradually slowed down and I built interest towards that. So earlier, I felt coding was challenging to me, but eventually, on a day-to-day basis, once I got the interest and put a lot of effort on everyday basis, then it became like a interesting topic for me, like saying that whenever I complete any coding and then once the program runs and get the result, I was super excited to see that. And that built eventually, and one by one step, I took it out. And where I felt comfortable, okay, fine, that coding is something which keeps me running. So with all those things, right, like with all those journey, the key thing which I learned here is to take a step first, right? You have to take the first step, and that first step can be done only by you. You will have a lot of people, you will have your leaders, you will have your professors, you will have lecturers who will be supporting and guiding you. But always the first step will be with you. So we should not get worried, or we should not get thinking about like have a self-doubt on that, even though you have it, but take your first step. So that is what the first thing I've learned it to start the journey. So taking a first step is important, and that helped me to start my journey. And the next thing is to continue my journey. It's my key learning, and then the effort I put. There will be a challenges. There will be every day. You might feel there are a lot of challenges is there, but every step you move forward, it will give you a right path and the direction what you have to move on. So the first thing is to start with a step and then continue a journey with a key learning. So these are the things I learned it at the starting of my journey. Got a lot of help from my mentors who helped me to learn the coding, right? To learn, understand it in a better way, to apply that in my work, and helped me and appreciated me to move further. So that is the thing I would say it's about my early career. Then eventually I thought, okay, I need to look at for my next steps. So I was a developer during that time, like a Java developer. I was completely into development, learning things. And so coding, it is like every time you have to learn it, like new um, languages, new frameworks. So everything you have to be learning on your journey. So I was looking at the next role of my career. So from a developer, I was looking into a technical lead, and I got an opportunity as well to work on that. And that role is completely new to me, where it's not an independent contributor where I will go and do my implementation. It's also about where you will be technically leading the team, guiding them, supporting them as well. So whatever the knowledge I had it with the programming, right? That is not enough, right? Where I will, because I do my implementation, I'm done. That's it. So this was my thinking till that point of time. But when I started with my next role on the tech lead, then eventually I have to learn more other aspects, right? I'm focusing on the results, but I also need to focus on why we are doing this, what is the purpose of it, how we can do it in the better way. So these three things, we eventually I need to understand it in a better way, because I need to understand, and I also have to help the team. They also has to understand that, hey, what is that? So what we are doing it, what is that benefit we are going to get it? And these all questions helped me not only focusing on one area, but also focusing on multiple different aspects. That I started learning the designs, the architectures, everything. And it is not like a simple thing like you will learn it in a day or two. So architecturing or design is something every day you learn it. You get different aspects from every people, and you apply it, right? So those are the things I learned it, and that I have learned it during my work as well. Yes, definitely there are challenges there as well, because till that time it was an implementations and I've done it. Now seeing a broader picture out of the scope, right? Earlier it is a direction like, hey, this is the work, finish it off. Now it is something like how to do this work in a better way, planning it, and then applying it. And that is the journey. And here my key learning is plan your work on your own. So there will be multiple plannings, right? In a team, if you are there, yes, definitely for all your deliveries, there will be a plan. But it is very important, each one of us, to plan our work on our own and deliver it, right? So that is something it started learning it. So whenever I start anything, I used to start planning it ahead. How to take it forward? What are the steps? And with that, I would say, again, I was looking at the next role. So I moved towards a technical architect, where I started with designing and architecting. And throughout the journey, I would say it's a learning for me. And then from implementation point of view time, then moving towards the design and technical aspects. There I understood, because my area till now I was very much focused is on only on the technical aspects. I was not too much focused on to understanding the functional domains. There, when I'm trying to work on the architecture, then I understood the functional things are very, very important, because having only the technical skills will not help me out of it at this stage. And then I understood, and that's where I started learning the functional aspects. So the key learning here, would I say, is plan your work, and that is very, very important at every stages. Like even if it is a very small task, the first step is not to dive into the task immediately for the implementation, but plan it ahead. Even if it is a small task and you think it's a 1 hour task, it's fine. Spend five times 5 minutes, right, in order to plan it. And that is my key learning that I have done. Also, focusing on one area is fine, like building the expertise is fine. But also, as and when you are moving across, you need to start looking at the broader picture. So that is another key learning. I have taken it as part of the journey. Then I have looked at it to a manager role. And this is completely a new role to me, because till this time, I was completely into the development, contributing, done. So my work is done completely. But when I move into the leadership role, and that is where it is completely new to me. And here also, there are like a lot of challenges where taking the step, because it's a completely different role. Whatever you have done till now and the role which you are going to play is completely different. Right? You need to be leading the team technically, have to means work on the deliverables. You have to be driving it completely on your own. So everything you need to do. And again, eventually, my mentors, they have helped me a lot in order to see it out. What are the things I can do? So I started working out how I can do it better. Every day, there is always a learning to me. And I would say once I started the journey as a manager, till now, I would say the learning still continues. Always I look at it, how I can do it in a better way. And the thing I learned it over here is drive by example, right? Like lead by example. And that is the only thing I have done it here, because till now I tried pushing myself hard. But when I do it on the leadership role, it is definitely I need to lead it by example. And that is one of the key learning I have done it in this role. So if I talk about my overall journey, there are a lot of each and every role I would have seen. Something is I got it in the same org. Sometimes I had searched for the role. I have applied for the interviews, everything. So during the time, like during the interviews, it's not like smooth transition there. Obviously, you will have a lot of failures, right, in the interviews. And I always feel, hey, every interview, whichever I attend, I need to succeed, right? But that doesn't happen. In the real scenario, that doesn't happen. Sometimes you might do it really well, but sometimes you might not do it really well. The only thing I understood during that is when I started attending a lot of interviews, it gave me a new learnings at each and every interview. Right? Everyone, I started liking those, because everywhere you get different aspects, different understanding, different views on each and every topic. It may be on technology, it may be on functional side. You get different ideas, you collect all those things. So the thing that I have learned at all these things is about not success about the interview, it's about what you have learned out of it. Maybe in that you would have done really well at some portion of it, which you can feel happy about it. The things which you have done not better, you can try. You can see how I can do it better in the next time. Suppose some take or something which you are not completely aware of it, put your effort and then learn that as well. So everything, every day, whatever it is there, I started looking at it as my learning rather than putting at a cross, okay, this is something I have achieved or not. So overall journey, right? Overall journey, if I could talk about is like there are challenges, there are anxieties that will be rolled upon, but only first thing is taking the first step is very, very important. You may be at any role, at any part of your career, because every time you are taking or you're moving on to your new challenge or you're moving to your next career on thing, it is completely new to you. So that means you will have a lot of self-doubts, lot of anxieties, everything. But taking a first step is really, really important for us. And this the second stage is continuing the journey. And the continuing our career journey will be exciting only if we do our learning, and I would say on a regular basis. At least on a day, every day, and we need to see any one thing have we learned out of it on that particular day. And that is what will keep us moving. The third thing, whenever there is any work, all the questions that has to be raised on us is why, what, and how. Why we are doing this, what is the purpose of it, how we can achieve it in a better way. Because every work, everything always has a different way of completing the tasks. So these three questions are very, very important. These questions, I feel, it gives a scope, not only the thing like whatever we are learning, but also it will give a broader picture. We start exploring new things, and these questions will help us to do the research. And that helped me out of it in order to continue my journey. And the fourth thing is planning. Planning, self-planning is very, very important at every work. Whatever the work that is done, a 5 minutes, a quick planning is very important, which will answer all the questions, whatever we have it before it. Any doubts, any concerns, anything, we will be able to identify during the planning. So spending time on planning to me is very, very important because it helps us to complete our task in a better way. It helps us to understand the blockers in an earlier stage, and it also helps us for the clarity. And the final thing is every step will give a new experience, and that new experience, we need to look at it at the next stage as well, right? So all the journey, everything, look out after key learnings and start appreciating the small wins, whatever we are doing. We will get a lot of appreciation from everyone, right? Like from our mentors, we will be getting, from our professors, we will be getting, from our leaders, we will be getting. Definitely, those are very important for us. But along with that, we also need to start enjoying or celebrating our small wins. And that is really important for us. So, with all these things in this today, Women's Day, what I want to share it is like this is my journey and these are my key learnings. And the journey will is like not a smooth one, but definitely I enjoyed this. I'm still passionate about the coding. I love to do coding, and that is keep on motivating me towards it. So overall, what I would say is take your first step, and that is very, very important. Whatever is there in the mind, that will be there. But taking our first step is very important, and that step can be done only by us. We will have everyone to support, guide us in order to move forward everything. But taking the first step is very, very important. With that, I'll close my session here. And thank you, ASTEP, for providing me this opportunity to share my career journey on this day. And thank you, Pranav, for sorting out and then arranging this in order to share my career journey there. With all that, happy Women's Day once again, and thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Happy Women's Day.